everyone. Terrence here with Hollywood Already Did It, and the Fred Hampton slash Black Panther biopic Judas and the Black Messiah's first trailer is dropped from Warner Brothers, and I'm getting my thoughts right after the jump. Real quick, if you haven't already, go ahead, like, share, subscribe to the channel, ring that bell below. Anytime we have something, you will be among the first to know. Now, let's take a look at this trailer. So, Judas and the Black Messiah is the new autobiographical film about Fred Hampton, leader of the Black Panther Party, starring Daniel Kaluuya and Lakeith Stanfield. It's produced by Ryan Coogler, and it's going to come from the Warner Brothers Studios. I haven't heard much about this. I know the casting. We've had this whole thing back and forth with UK black actors taking on prominent American black roles, but we'll see how everything goes. I'm excited to see this. I think this is an important story that should be told, that doesn't involve us being slaves and beat to death consistently. These are important figures. No matter which part of the line you stand on with the Black Panther Party, they're important figures, and it's a story that needs to be seen. So I'm excited to see what this trailer actually looks like. All right, and we will start the trailer now.
Deputy Chairman Fred Hampton of the Illinois Black Panther Party.
His accent's already better than what I was in Windows. Whenever you see Jesse show up, you know something racist is about to go down.
You're looking at 18 months for the stolen car, 5 years for impersonating a federal officer, or you can go home.
The Black Panthers are forming a rainbow coalition of oppressed brothers and sisters of every color.
Their aim is to sow hatred and inspire terror.
I will learn all I can.
These ain't no terrorists.
You can murder a liberator, but you can't murder liberation. You can murder a revolutionary, but you can't murder revolution. And you can murder a freedom fighter, but you can't murder freedom.
That looks good. A bit presumptuous with the only in theaters thing, but that looks good. Looks good. I don't know what the date is for this. I know they've just been saying 2021, but I would imagine that the way that this year's been going, not entirely sure that 2021 is going to happen. That said, I think this looks good. I think the problems that I had with the action that he may or may not be doing, it seems like he's gotten better with the Chicago or that part of the country's dialect. So I'm okay with it. I like the rest of the cast. I said what I said about Jesse because he usually is the antithesis of what everything that I as a black man I hate, but he's really good at it. And I know that's not him as a person, but I just know the characters that he typically plays. He knocks that out of the park, and I know that I'm going to love and hate him I'm going to love him as an actor, hate him as what his character portrays in this particular performance. I will say I don't know her name. But there's a young lady that was in The Deuce. I just saw a moment of her face crying. That I'm excited just because she was great in The Deuce. If you haven't seen that, you should watch it. So I'm excited to see her be on the theatrical presence and get a little bit more shine. But this looks good. Produced by Coogler, another strong black film. I just hope, because Warner Brothers sort of missed the ball with Just Mercy last year, which I thought was a really well done film. That I thought Jamie Foxx should have gotten a little bit more credit for, and I just think the release window and the way that they handled that was poor. And so I hope that they handle this a little bit better. I think they have a little bit of a push right now with the way that the civil rights movements and Black Lives Matter movements are going right now, this is kind of the perfect film and the perfect segue to sort of push this out. And I'm glad that it's people of color that are telling the story as opposed to some of the other stories that we've gotten about these times of history. But that's my thoughts. I think this looks good. This is something that I didn't have my quite eye on, but I do now, and it is fully in my sight. So I'm glad that this is coming out this year. Whether or not we get it in theaters, that remains to be seen. What did you guys think about the trailer? Go ahead and leave your comments in the comments below. Let me know what your thoughts. If you haven't, you can follow us on Twitter at HollywoodADI. You can hit us up on email at HollywoodAlreadyDidIt@gmail.com. We also have a podcast by the same name that's on Google Podcasts, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, anywhere that plays podcasts. We're there. This current episode, we're going to be talking about the now from DC to HBO Max animated series Harley Quinn. If you haven't watched that, oh my God, treat yourself because it is phenomenal. Also, Warner Brothers. You can go check that out on HBO Max, and we'll give our thoughts about that on the podcast coming out this week. That's it. Everyone be safe, be well, and I'll talk to you soon.